It stacks up good for somebody, but I know we'll get into it.
100%. Back at the hotel, man, what was the atmosphere like in the Coliseum?
Loud. For which event?
The lift.
Okay. The lift, I mean, there was a lot of you could tell everybody is sore, or at least like everybody's legs are roasted. I almost think they did the athletes a disservice having that event
After the jumping.
the box jump row workout, because the box jump row workout roasted everybody's legs. So I think they did a disservice to the athletes. And honestly, the fact that Jack Farlow can clean and jerk 396 after such things is ridiculous.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah. I mean, even Braun's freaking snatch at 315. So I know Guy is not here. Guy is best clean and jerk in competition. Fresh was at Wadapalooza, and he did 396. They've been roasted in their legs, and Jack did that. And nobody's snatched 315 in competition. The closest thing we got is I'm talking about the games, like big time. Not Tola, not Anthony Davis. It's like the games, the 40 fittest guys in the world, right? Closest thing we have is Matt Fraser on YouTube, snatching 315, right? And he did it with ease. I kind of wish he would have went 325 just to make it where he didn't have to, you know what I mean? Like make it closer, right? Because
if we had 3 lifts, he would have gotten it.
For sure. Yeah. And so I would say Jack goes like 310 or something, hits it, and then Roman gets 325, and then we're, 385, and then Jack's forced to go 400 plus. I mean, the way he did 396, it was not a good clean. He did not clean it very great. And the fact that he's strong enough to rebound, get situated, stand up, and then jerk it. I think he has the best clean and jerk in all of CrossFit. Strongest, that we can go hand in hand on that, because I mean, some people snatch more, some people squat more, right?
Yeah.
But I didn't know he had that. I know he's cleaned and jerked 400, but I thought it was separate. And it was I was so impressed with Jack Farlow. And I didn't give him. I said him and Braun were the picks, but I picked Braun, so I did not give him the respect that I should have. Jack
Braun looked strong on the snatch, and then Jack was just.
And I almost think Jack hitting 396 in that moment kind of messed Braun up, because when you see somebody do something ridiculous, it's really, really hard for you to get hyped up to do something like 10 seconds after it.
Yeah.
Right. I think this is 385. It's Braun's, around max capacity. Right. Like if some, I just feel like it's really hard to hit your max lift when somebody just hit something crazy without waiting like 2 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
You're 10 seconds later and you're having to hit that bar. Like everybody's going nuts. Like if he would have been 3 or 4 people after, I think he had a better shot at it.
It's just hard to focus. Yeah, I agree. But even you're totally right, Alex. Even then, Farlow wins by 1 pound. I do think that messed Braun up. So both of those guys are so much stronger than the rest of the field.
Yeah.
And you can tell that by their 5K times.
Mm-hmm. Especially Braun's. Yeah. I was thinking the same thing about just, I had my notes here, Luke Parker. I mean, he missed 290 and he made, was it 305 in semis? Look easy.
300.
Was it 300? Yeah. Either way.
Yeah.
300, 305, whichever. And it was with ease. Being the 9th event in 3 days. I mean, they've done a lot of volume. I think they're all just kind of beat up at this point. And you see like BKG lifting 95 pounds. There's obviously something, an injury with him. I messaged him. He got back. He's being a little coy. Doesn't want to answer. He said he'll see us tomorrow. So not sure. What's that? Yeah. I mean, he said he would be back out there tomorrow, but he wouldn't share what's quite going on. after watching this, did you like the 2 lift format, or would you have wished to see
No,
one more?
I still think it's horrible. I wish they would have had like 5 bars sit out there, like 5 lanes, and then it's 225, and then not for the men, or so like for the women, like we start at 155. Everybody cleans it, and you did 20 seconds, but we have 5 people at the same time. And then it jumps to 165, and then it jumps to 175, and then at like 2.
If you want to skip, you skip.
Yeah, and if you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. And then everybody is just off where they are, where they're off. And then you just have a tiebreaker, and tiebreaker can be
I don't think you need
the
to.
5 reps per time.
I don't think you need to. Like it's the same thing as this. You're in the same order, and you see who your competitors ahead of you, whether they skip it or they decide to get in line to go do the lift.
That's fair. Yeah, right? And then you just have a bunch of ties. So like if a whole bunch of girls get out at 185, that's the that's their snatch, and then they go to the clean and jerks, and then hopefully that breaks up the tie. That's true. I forgot that. Yes, when I'm with you on that. There doesn't need to be a tiebreaker, but like they do like that, and then when you get to the top 5, not the top 10 because that would take too long, but the top 5, you just go to the middle lane. You don't even have to go to one lane, like make it one lane. You just go to the middle lane, one by one. You both all have 20 seconds to do it. It's still a 20-second clock, but it's just one by one. You go until somebody misses, right? You get a lot of break with that, and then you go to the clean, and then you do the same thing with the clean and jerk. I think if people are eliminated like real quick like that, it will be around the same time. It's not going to take forever if you have 5 people lifting at the same time, because everybody's going to lift until a certain point, and then the bulk of people will all get out in the same manner, right?
And not everybody's going to lift at 155, right? Like Bethany Flores will lift at 155. Sarah Kaya might, but like Christine Kohlenbrander is not going to touch the barbell till 190, 200. Like she can wait until then. So, she can rest and let everybody else kind of get out, and then she can take advantage of it. I really like that idea, just to give them that chance of lifting as much as possible and getting to their max lift too, to get to that.
And then get warm. Like people were cold. You should go watch Noah's first snatch attempt. He ugly. Forgot what he was doing.
Yeah.
You got to think they sit back there in the corrals for 20, 30 minutes, and then you expect them to snatch like heavy. It's just not. And then there's no warm up for the clean and jerk. You got to think you snatch, and then, okay, now you have to clean and jerk 90% of your max on the first attempt.
Yep. 5 minutes.
That's
5 minutes later.
So difficult, man. Like it's, I think they did them a disservice. I'm quite frankly, everybody except Jack and Braun, I think it affected, because I've seen Brent Fikowski and Patrick Vellner both clean and jerk 350. I've seen Colton Mertens clean and jerk around 350. Medeiros, I know there's something wrong with him right now, but he was at 335. He did have I want to give Justin Medeiros credit. Okay. So if there's any Medeiros fans that watch this, I don't know if there are, because I might have scared them all off, but he did have a small PR. I'm pretty positive, unless in training he did more with the 286 snatch. The most he's ever snatched was 285, and he hit 286 today. So that's awesome. Mm-hmm. Nice little consolation prize. That's awesome.
Yeah. This format did create a little bit of drama. I mean, there was Medeiros had to hit his clean and jerk or his snatch? I can't remember which one he missed. The first one, the clean and jerk. He missed his first clean and jerk, right? Fikowski missed his first snatch. Mm-hmm. Sprague missed his first snatch. So, I mean, there was a lot of pressure on those guys. Obviously, I don't think, haven't looked at the leaderboard yet. We'll get there in a second, but I don't think it's going to be good for him. What else? Before we get to the leaderboard, what do you think of the intervals after seeing it?
It was a different workout. Like it was different than I thought it would be. And it played out like a lot different than I thought it would be. Because I think like Emma Lawson won that on the row. She was not faster on the burpees, and then she just rode faster than everybody. But like if that's the case, why did Laura do so bad? Why did Roman do so bad? Laura and Roman both blew up, right? I mean, Roman tried to skip some box jumps he didn't even want to do them. But like real talk, like the two most powerful athletes we have that are so much better than everybody else, that can put up numbers that nobody else can. Those people blow up, and Emma Lawson, who she's super fit, and I would pick her for a lot of things, but rowing wouldn't be one of them, and that's where she won the workout. I will say she did exactly what she had to do on the intervals test to make it a race on Sunday. It is 50-50, guys. Like if it was tied up, I give that to Laura all day because of like the clean and jerk workout. She's so much better than everybody. It's like y'all aren't even in my league. And like I'm telling you right now, if Tia was there, Tia wouldn't have beaten Laura on this. The way she's done 265, I've watched Tia do 265. I've watched her do 270. She is not as strong as Laura. We haven't had a force the way Laura is this year. No. And I think Tia would win, but I think it'd be, the way how Emma and Laura have been going, I don't think it should be above 200 points, especially with the events, because there's a lot of power output events. There's things where Tia's just small and it would hurt her. You know what I mean?
280.
Then Laura could have done 285, man. You don't understand. I have seen Tia do what she does, and I've seen Laura do what she does. Laura did it with more ease than Tia did.
Tia stood up 275 at Rogue Online. 270.
Go back and watch it. Not 275. It's the green plates might have been on there, so you think it's 275. It's a girls' bar. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter that Tia did more. Like because Laura wasn't. Laura was at Rogue and she did 265. She's stronger now.
What's up, boys? Oh, okay. When you saw Laura, I mean, that the second that bar came off the ground, you knew she was getting it. Like there was no doubt. Like that looked so strong, and she was the only one. Like I thought Annie was going to pass out. I'm surprised she hit those clean and jerks. Like she stood there forever. When you get your audios, just start talking.
I would say Karen Freyova made a huge mistake. Not a huge mistake because she got third place, but she was 1 pound from Colin Brander, and I don't understand why she didn't just go 242 instead of 240, because she hit 240 with ease. It would not take a lot for her to go 242 and then she would have beaten Colin Brander. And I don't get the 240 call because she called for 240 and it put her like 3 pounds ahead of fourth place, but only 1 pound behind second place. Like it just didn't make a lot of sense. I know it's only one placement, but when you're talking like a podium event placement, I think, I don't know why you don't go do that, but bring it, Taylor. He already sorted me out on the workout that we had today. I don't think he can do it with debating. We still can't hear you, Taylor.
Nope. Log out and try the back in. I'm not sure. Or hit the little arrow by the mute button and see if your mic is turned on.
Do you want to go through the leaderboard or do you want to talk about event tomorrow?
Let's talk about the event tomorrow. I have that queued up over here.
Do you want to do leaderboard then? Because that kind of plays a role. The men's leaderboard.
That's fair. Men or women?
Let's go men first because I think that's where this workout matters more.
All right. Here we go.
All right, guys. It's 13 points. I told you Saturday was going to be Jeff Adler's day. How did he do today? I remember what was
second, seventh, and a fourth.
It's pretty darn good.
Tough to beat that.
Yeah.
Roman 17th or third to 17th and a 16th. I don't know what was going on that box jump. I don't know why you just run past it completely.
It only cost him a couple places. So it did cost him a couple places, but he still blew up, man. Like that was,
he blew up. Fikowski blew up. It if you push too hard on that thing, on that first round, you were toast. Chandler Smith hanging there, but your boy Brent or Patrick Patrick and
Yeah,
Matt.
and you remember before you asked, or I said Vellner was going to podium, and then I was like, I don't think he's going to catch Chandler yet because the gap is just too big, and these are good events for Chandler, right? And
Yeah, he was slow on those box jumps though.
he was. I mean, the interval work, but the interval workout was so hard to call. Like, and I think it messed a lot of people up on Heat 1 because I bet a lot of people picked him.
Mhm.
I kind of screwed myself on that one, honestly, because I originally had Vellner and I switched it to Adler just because I thought he could jump better. I thought they would be able to rebound the box jumps.
Tyler is if you guys can hear me, go click on the little triangle by the mute button down there, and it'll pull up what mic you're using. Yeah, Vellner looked strong. The one question I had, and somebody brought it up, was remember at Rogue when Roman said that he didn't have a good enough nutrition and he started to fall apart. When I saw the intervals, I was like, "Oh, is he fueling properly? Is there something else going on?"
It's a completely different workout, though. The workout that happened on him was ring muscle ups, and it was like a 20-minute workout. It was a long, grinding gymnastics running workout. This is a sprint.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's two. It's a sprint, recover, and then another sprint. But it's just sprints, right? And I don't think it was intervals. Like, for instance, Laura blew up too.
Yeah.
I don't think it was just nutrition. I think he just blew up.
Yeah, going down the leaderboard, Bailey Martin hanging in there. He is now the rookie to beat. Yella, not so hot on the lift. And look at that, BKG, Lazar, right there together. Although Lazar or BKG, looks like he's gonna be fading.
Is that with the 0? I don't know if that's updated. Are you sure?
It should be, yeah. Well, at least everybody else is. It looks like it would be. Because Dallon's back up there. This looks updated. Rough day for Colton. We knew that was going to be the case.
Oh,
whoa! I think we got it.
Can you hear us?
Yes.
Can you hear?
We can hear you. You're not moving, but we can hear you.
Oh, thank you. Okay, well,
that'll work.
All right. Leave it. What do you think of the work? Wow, so crazy workout announcement. Just the workouts.
You're talking about tomorrow's? Oh man,
we're on.
Is more than one announced?
Yeah, I don't think so, but they are on super delay.
Yeah, just one barbell out of 10 tests.
That is true. I think we.
And how?
No.
Oh, whoops.
Dude, they're on like a 15-second delay right now.
Yeah, they're gone. Goodbye. All right, here we go. Osos Negros. Does Roman surrender his lead to Jeff on tomorrow's muscle up workout?
Yeah, so I think the podium after 10 events is going to be Jeff Adler, Roman Krenikoff, and Patrick Vellner. That's going to be the podium after 10 events. And it's anybody's guess on the next two. I can't, like, the next two events, we don't know them. Straight up CrossFit, I probably take Roman over Adler.
We know if John stopped talking.
We can hear you.
Yeah, you're good.
Are we on? We're still on.
It's better.
A little better.
2003.
Okay.
3 seconds.
Well, it'll shake out maybe. He was on a delay earlier. I think it's because he had a Hewlett Packard. Great computer. I think Adler probably overtakes Roman in the muscle up workout. We just don't know what the two final workouts are.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, John just said he thinks it'd be Adler, Roman, Vellner on the podium after event 10. And they're gone.
Over Chandler? Yeah. I don't know if Chandler's good at muscle up.
Doesn't matter. Pat's going to win that event.
You think Pat's winning that workout?
Yep.
I would agree with that. I think that
Pat and ring muscle up events go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know.
Let's take a look at like that. How high is that? Can you guys tell? I mean, it looked like it was.
I think the log increases in height.
Okay.
That's not fair to Colton.
He's had to shoot like a basketball. I'm wondering because that last bag is 125 or 200, 125. Is it going to be the same difficulty level for men versus women?
Well, I thought it'd be way easier for the women the first time, and it wasn't. So I don't know what to think anymore.
Well, I think
it's fun over here. Yeah, I'm 100% on board with you. I think this is Pat's wheelhouse. I think he was literally one descent rope climb away from being in first place right now.
After that event,
if he had not failed that rope climb yesterday.
So how many points did he get for 27th place? That's what he got, right? And the 40, and it was still 40 people. So in the 26 points. And a third place gives you how much?
Third place 94. So 70, basically 70 points.
Yeah, so add 70 to his score right now, that'd be 682. I don't know. Him and Jeff would be close. After
next, like he'd be in second or third right now, and after tomorrow's first workout,
I think him and Jeff would be ahead of Roman. And what's sad is somebody had that, and then now it's not gonna happen. But it's whatever.
Somebody had what?
It's upsetting. Pat and Jeff 1 and 2, and then Roman 3.
Yeah. Let's see. Going down the list. I had on my list. I do have an update on Ben Smith real quick. He had a partial patellar tendon tear, and he's still grinding it out there. So I don't know if he's on the floor right now, but he is. We definitely knew he was hurt, but he does have a partial tear. So that is unfortunate to see for somebody like Ben Smith. Going down the list, Madero's just hanging out in 14th, Colton down to 16th. And we look at the top 20. Nick Matthews, Sam Quant, both squeak in. And Sprague and was it Henrik fell out? Can't remember who was in there. I know Nick and Sam both moved into the top 20. So
yeah, Sprague was 20th. Sam was 18th. Moritz up there?
He was still out. He was out. Okay. Yeah.
Oldest got in barely. Gosh. Oh man.
Yeah, 5.
And I thought he was done. I thought he was done because of the total, but good for him.
Yeah. Shay Dance, any update on BKG? I messaged him. He got back to me. He does not want to say what's going on other than he will see us tomorrow. So I think he's going to grind it out, but I've also heard athletes say that in the past, and then they wake up the next morning and realize that it's a no-go. So if it's something like his back or something like that, doing the sandbag's not going to be very much fun. I saw one of the questions on here. What do you think tomorrow's workout event 10 is more gymnastics based or strength based with a sandbag?
All gymnastics. It's 35 ring muscle ups. Like
think-
it's very similar to the goblet workout at Rogue. I'm pretty sure that was I want to say it was sets of 7 ring muscle ups as well, but I don't have it offhand. Maybe it's 7 rounds of 7. I think that's what it was. 7 rounds of 7 ring muscle ups, and then running, and then a whole bunch of goblet squats.
Yeah.
And Pat killed everybody in that. But the it's very similar to that, less ring muscle up volume, but similar to that. And then it's just bag carry toss instead of a goblet squat. I think it's just grinding, making you hold with your biceps, because your biceps aren't going to be any rest holding that sandbag, and then pulling right with the ring muscle ups after. So I think it's all about the ring muscle ups on this workout. Obviously, you got to be able to move the sandbag, but it's only 150 and 100. That's not a lot. The last round's 200. You're done with all the ring muscle ups by the time you get there. So it's not like that's going to roast you for the ring muscle ups.
Yeah.
I don't. That's what somebody. I'm looking at Shay's comment, and it's real. I mean, that's such a specific thing. I feel like she knows something.
This one?
Yeah, because we haven't had those two things yet.
Yeah, because there's one. The first workout is outside, and then the next 2 are back in the Coliseum, like today.
Mm-hmm. I think the problem is, so like Vellner could go 3 for 3. I don't think Jeff is going to do bad in any of those things. Like Jeff is not going to do bad in the ring muscle up workout. He's not going to do like amazing, but I don't think he's going to do bad. And then in this P-bar deadlift, if there was say there was best case scenario for Vellner, Jeff's not going to do bad in that either. I know he was terrible last year, which means he's worked it a lot this year. So maybe for Roman, because he's going to struggle in the ring muscle up workout, but I just don't see that making up enough ground on Adler. You know what I mean? For Vellner to pull out a miracle is what I'm saying. Like Jeff would have to bomb an event. We know Roman's not going to be great at tomorrow's event. Jeff would have to bomb an event, and I haven't. That hasn't come out yet. You know what I mean?
That's yeah. I mean, it's about the same distance as it was, like between Pat and Jeff, is about the same distance as what Jeff and Roman were 24 hours ago, right? And Jeff made up about 87 points. Pat would have to make up 91 points. I know the scoring tables are different.
I just don't see it happening.
You'd have to have Adler have 2 finishes, 15th and 15th or something like that.
Yeah.
For Pat to have
Vellner
a shot
to like win every one.
Adler would have to bomb something. And what is Sunday? It's usually it's the CrossFit workouts. Sunday morning's a little bit different, but we do have ring muscle ups. Sandbag again. We're just not playing with the barbell much. But
if we did, that's not gonna hurt Adler. You know what I mean? So I just don't see.
Actually, I like Adler if there's thrusters.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's between Adler and Roman, even though Vellner is probably going to have the best Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could see Vellner having the best Sunday and he do great things, and it just doesn't matter because he's 90 points behind them on the last day. I just don't see him making it up on both of them, and one of them would have to struggle really hard for him to jump them. And both of them aren't going to struggle really hard. You're not going to find, you know what I mean? So I think it's a race between Roman and Adler. We know Roman's not going to be great tomorrow on the first event. And he might be better than we expect. He's just not going to be top 5 or probably around top 10.
Well, that's the thing. Like if Adler goes out and finishes top 3, top 5 in this, and Roman finishes 15th again, Adler has a really big lead that's going to be really tough to
I don't put it
clawback.
past Roman to win the next 2 events, though. We don't know what the next 2 events are, and if they're CrossFit-y, I don't put it past Roman to, win those or get top 3 in those, and Adler get to like an 8th and a 10th, and then it's over. You know what I mean? Roman wins. Like, I think all of that is on the table. I think Pat's too far behind. So, like I said, I think he will finish better than both of those guys on Sunday, but it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. And then it's a race between Adler and Roman, with Adler probably having a lead after the next event. What's funny, we haven't even talked about this. Emma Lawson's going to murder this event. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we go to the girls, it's the same thing. Like, Laura's going to have a hard time. Like, I don't think it's, unless Emma Lawson has a hole that we don't know about, right? I don't know how Laura catches her after this. Like, this is a Emma Lawson event. I think Emma will beat Laura in this event. And so she's got a 50-point lead right now. Say she has a 60-point lead. Laura has to get 30 points on her both events, meaning Laura would have to win both events, and Emma would have to get what? What is 70 points, Brian?
Well, the difference of it?
Yeah, like 70. If 70 points on the scoreboard, what would that be?
Let me see. I can pull up the. We'll look at the scoring table here. Here we go. All right. So the top 20 athletes. So 30 points is a first.
She'd have to get 2 7s, and Laura would have to win both the events, and Emma would have to get 2 7s. Like, I think Emma's going to win the CrossFit Games. I really do. I think Emma's going to win the CrossFit Games. And I've been on, and I'm happy because I picked Emma to be second, right? Like, I thought Emma was going to murder it too. I did not think it'd be like this. I've been on the Laura train really hard. I'm super happy for that. I think it's going to happen. I really do. I think Emma's going to win. I don't know how Laura wins.
I mean, she's got what, 48-point lead now, and
she's going to smoke tomorrow.
Yeah,
or tomorrow morning's workout.
I completely agree with that. ESC Sounds $4.99. Welcome aboard the Emma Lawson train, John. Emma is a ESC athlete, so I don't think John ever was, that down on her, but as things were shaking out,
than most.
You were. And I think what we're starting to see is, again, we talked about it earlier today, is last year it went from speed to power as the weekend progressed. This feels like it's going the opposite way. Like, we're going from power, and now we're going to the gymnastics speed finale. Like, I don't expect to see super heavy implements that are not balanced out with gymnastics, or pretty much gymnastics the last day. I think there will be some type of heavy yoke or something like that, maybe on the finale, right, to cross the finish line. That's kind of held in a different manner, kind of what JR kind of alluded to in his show. But I don't think I don't think we're gonna have a back 9 type event like we did last year.
I don't know. We could have like heavy thrusters or something.
I think we'd have more heavy.
All we've had that's heavy is a bag.
But we've had the pig, we've had the bag, we've had the Olympic total. I don't know.
I could see a heavy barbell cycling event. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
but I think Emma's fine.
But Emma's, I mean, it'd have to be super heavy for Emma to not have a fighting chance to stay close. That's all she has to do is stay close at this point.
And like, who's gonna beat Emma? Like, who's gonna middle Emma? Right? Colin Brander's out.
Mm-hmm. Alex Gazan.
Like, we go down the list.
Annie,
I don't see Gazan. Maybe Annie. Emma Carey possibly, but then we keep going down the list.
Not heavy.
Okay, maybe
Ka-
Emma Tall,
Karen
Karen Frayova. That's 3 people. Danielle Brandon. I no, I don't see
No.
it with Danielle Brandon. Olivia Kerstetter. That's 4. Maybe Paige Powers,
And that's it.
and then that's it. That's 5 people that could potentially middle her. Like that.
Mhm.
That's not. And like so, we'd have to go perfect for those
Right.
5 to middle her because you know what? They're not fitter than her.
Right.
And again, Laura would have to win. I know what's funny. I think Laura winning is the more given of those 2 things. But gosh, I don't. Unless she has a weakness we just don't know about. You know, if something comes out and you know she can't do double unders, yeah, you know what I mean. Like unless there's just something we don't know and she just bombs an event. Short of that, I don't see how she doesn't win right now. Like doing the math and saying what's tomorrow, I don't see how she doesn't win.
Stefan Halderson. If we get some type of strict handstand push-ups, it's Emma Lawson. She's won it. It's over.
Yeah, that's not what Laura wants to come out right now, Stefan.
No, that is Emma can
You
sleep.
know, hey, Ariel Lowen's going to get second place in the CrossFit Games if that happens.
And Alexis will be.
Ariel Lowen. Ariel Lowen's freaking murdering it right now.
We talked to her a month ago, and she was like, "I just hope to get in the top 10." And
I know she doesn't train near as long, like as much volume wise as everybody else. Now, I think she's a gymnast. She should be good at tomorrow too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't pull it out of like Alexis Raptors could do something crazy. Like she's
handstand push-ups. I mean,
handstand push-ups. Alexis, yeah, absolutely.
She's now 3rd. I don't think Ariel gives her too much back, but Laura takes 0, and now Alexis and Ariel have a massive lead on her.
I will say I was a little bit too high on Danielle Brandon and a little bit too low on Alex Kazan.
Yeah. Let's see. Formula Games, $1. Thank you very much. I appreciate the support. When do we start talking Emma versus Tia?
Well, Tia's going to come back, and then listen. Tia would still win the CrossFit Games. Tia would. I think it would be close, but like Tia would still win the CrossFit Games. There is nothing. Tia's going to come back after having a baby, and she's going to win the CrossFit Games pretty, not dominating, but convincingly. Where like she might still have to do the last workout, you know. But that's what's going to happen, and then Tia's going to retire, and then we can start talking about, you know, the Emma Lawson era. But like Laura's always going to be here, and honestly, Mal O'Brien comes back. Mal O'Brien's just as dangerous as anybody. It would be fun though. You know what would be fun? It'd be fun if Emma won one year and then Laura won one year, and then like they just kind of
Mal
like go back and forth,
won one.
And then Mal maybe like there's just this rivalry, right? I would prefer just 2 instead of 3. 3 makes it complicated, but yeah, like if none of them ever get that edge where they're just, oh, that's the fittest person, you know what I mean? And they're all 3 kind of like a little bit luck of the draw or who executes the best. That would be really fun because then you could just pick a team. You know, it'd be really fun to pick a team because you know people are gonna go head to head against each other.
Yeah. Laura needs an Echo bike to come up.
That's a good one.
An Echo bike. I could see a C2 bike to mix it up. We've not had a C2 bike in the individuals.
Either or.
Past. Yeah. I prefer. I'd like to see something with the Echo bike. I mean, their legs are smashed. If they had some type of sprint on that they had to do, and then go into a yoke or something.
The problem, it's not the problem with like what needs to come up for Laura. Laura can beat Emma Lawson in a lot of things. The problem now is that none of the other girls are going to. Right? It's you know, Justin's made a living on this. He gets in the lead and then he just stays right next to you. It's okay if you beat me, but nobody else will.
Yeah.
And then it just doesn't matter. And like, so that's the problem right now. And that's why I think I almost think it's. I'm hesitant to call it, but let's wait till tomorrow because I do. Emma Lawson blows up on a ring muscle up workout, then I'll, it's over. I highly doubt that's going to happen. But Patrick Mellner failed a legless rope climb. That's the reason he's not going to win the games. So worse things have happened. You know what I mean, though.
Yeah. The only thing that could happen is if she just, for some reason, can't get the sandbag over those walls. And I can't imagine. I mean, she's strong enough to be able to do it,
and she's tall.
Yeah. Yeah. She's going to be as good or better than anybody on the ring muscle with fatigue. Like Laura could struggle, even though it's going to be easy for her to move that sandbag the 7 over and over and over again. If she tries to break those up or you fail the 7th, how much time?
Brian, you're breaking up real bad right now.
No, I'm basically what I said was if Laura fails like a 7th rep, like how much time would she lose?
A lot.
Yeah. Danielle Brandon had her moment again, just mailed it in. Yeah, she did it. I thought she wasn't going to, but yeah, it's happening. It's the same thing with what you saw with Hopper. I mean, you kind of just mailed it in yesterday. Savon started the Brandon hype. I mean, she was the second best returning athlete last year. I was on the Danielle Brandon train, and
we were all on the Hopper train, and Hopper didn't do very good, to put it nicely. And we were all on the Hopper. Everybody. There wasn't one person that was. I was down on Danielle Brandon a lot, and not very many people. Everybody else was higher on her, but I was all on the Hopper train. So it's nobody's fault for hyping her up. It's just some people believe in people. I mean, Hopper's the biggest, what would you say, letdown?
Yes. Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure we were all 100. There wasn't one person that was down on him.
And I said it on the Savon podcast. I thought there would be a big name that didn't make it. I didn't think it was going to be Hopper by any stretch. Like, I knew there was somebody that we weren't going to see on Sunday that we really wanted to, but I would never have said Hopper doesn't make it to Saturday. Like, that's crazy. Guys, we're crushing it. 24 watching on the CrossFit Games podcast. We got
that's rough.
$2 from Formula Games. John mentioned Heat 1 rank yet?
I think I'm like 27th.
Are you 27th overall?
I think so. Let me check.
I am 18th. You were 27th.
Yeah, we are in the same picture.
The intervals killed me. I had Alex and Chandler. They both like 55, 60 points each. That was not a good pick. I wanted to pick Emma Lawson, but I already used her twice.
That's unfortunate. So, you know who I'm picking for this next event?
Are you going to pick Emma Lawson?
I will be. Sunday, Brian. Sundays where champions are made. When does Tiger Woods win the PGA?
It's where he wears red. He gets there. Yeah. $4.99 from ESC Sounds. One thing everyone should know about Emma: she's the nicest person you could ever meet. The sport couldn't hope for a better ambassador. I will say that her versus Laura, like, I think we get a lot more personality and like forward facing out with having Emma at the top for the next year. Like, even Tia, like, she kind of, withdrew. Same with Justin. Now, I know that Emma's up there in Canada doesn't get a whole lot of attention, but I think, she's done stuff with Buttery Bros and stuff like that. So I think she'd be more open to those types of things. $9.99 for Menopause and Metcons. So much appreciation for y'all's hard work. Appreciate it. I'm 127 comments behind John. I'm just scrolling down.
Just scroll down to the bottom, and then that way you're not behind.
Yeah, there we go. I think we got it. Emma will get so much better at public speaking. She'll be amazing. Emma Carey moving back up, 8th place.
8th place. Yeah,
I mean,
dude, if she ends up being like, I mean, honestly, where she's at right now, then she did what we thought she would do. And you know, we need to remember not to get so bent out of shape after day 1 or 2. Like I feel like I'm pretty good about that as far as like podium people go, but I'm not that way when it comes to like people that could go either way. Like I look at Katrin. Katrin's doing great right now. Like 10th place is where I had her ranked. I'm pretty sure everybody had her in a similar spot. Like she's doing fine for herself. And she's a hard work pays off athlete. And we, went off on them yesterday. We probably should be better about not jumping off the train until the competition's over. It's just hard sometimes, but
well, some of them are right on though, right? I mean, you look at Hopper and it's like, oh, what's going on with him, or Medeiros, and they never fully recover. But then you have somebody like Emma Carey who she just keeps battling. The workouts start to line up for her, and she takes advantage of it.
And tomorrow's going to be a good one for her. She's good at ring muscle ups.
Mm-hmm.
And so say Emma Carey ends up being 6th or something like that, and Quant. Quant could get battle back and be like top 10.
Yeah.
By the end of the
and like we talked about in the cuts, like one good finish moves you up so much more when you're near the bottom of the leaderboard. It doesn't take much to go from 20th to 10th. It takes a lot more to go from 5th to 3rd, right? Like because the people above you are not going to be doing, they're not going to struggle as much. Definitely something to talk about next week and later. It'll be interesting to see how athletes pivot in their training after this. Who changes camps?
I don't know, guys. I feel like it's Game of Thrones and everybody wants to see everybody's head cut off. Like just
somebody's going to leave though. And go somewhere else, and we'll definitely have to talk about it.
I don't know. Danielle Brandon's not going to leave. She's with the head of the brute strength guy. Like she's not, unless they break up, she's not going to leave. Amanda Barnhart. You know who I think could leave? I'm gonna go ahead and make my prediction.
Okay.
Do you know who I'm going to say?
I don't.
Okay. You like smiled, so I thought you were. I think Hopper's going to leave.
Okay. All right. I wanted to say it, but I was like, I don't know.
I think Hopper's going to go back to South Carolina and train with JR. And I wouldn't be mad at that. I think that would be awesome.
JR would be a good coach for him.
Do you think JR?
What does Hopper need? Hopper needs the gymnastics and somewhat of the engine with that gymnastics.
And JR,
better than JR.
That's his MO. Yeah. I think I think that I'm predicting Hopper leaves. I don't think he'll go to Mayhem. I swear to God, if Hopper goes to Mayhem, I'm gonna hate them even more. Guys, I am trying to like Mayhem. Okay, I'm really trying to like them. All right, if Roman wins, I'm gonna be happy for him. He's awesome,
but Roman did it because he's Roman.
I 100% believe that.
He was second. Like, I mean, come on.
Yeah. I oh my gosh, if Hopper goes to Mayhem, I cannot be on a podcast with Mayhem people if Hopper goes to Mayhem. That would be ridiculous.
Yeah, good thing Rich blocked me because otherwise I'd have him on next week.
Rich, for the line thing,
stepping
right?
on the line, 4 years ago. Yeah. Hopper to SMTP. Do
you get it? Do you get why I don't like Mayhem?
I don't think they. I think it's the same trap that potentially HWPO falls into if it was all just Frazier. Like, Froning's not the coach. Like, he's there to train with you, but you're kind of on your own. I know they have other coaches there, but that's it. That's at least my opinion of it. Do you have a similar, or do you have a different reason?
No, that's my opinion too. And I, it's hard to say. It's hard to say like Roman's not doing worse. He's the same as he was last year, right? Win or not win, he's the same as he was last year. He's still amazing. But I don't like that he. I don't like that he left his coach to go to Mayhem. I don't like that, and it leaves like if Hopper does the same thing. It just, I just don't like it.
Yeah. $1.99 from Dennis. Thank you for that. We if you've joined our podcast in the past, John is not on the Mayhem train. I would say I'm pretty close to you on that.
I also will point out, I don't think that biases me to like the athletes though. I've always been high on Sam Cornway. I've always been high on Roman. It's not, I don't let that blind me to like, I'm rooting against Mayhem athletes. I just don't think Mayhem is this super conducive thing that is creating them or they're going to improve so much because they go to Mayhem. I don't buy that. I think all the camps are similar.
Yeah. I mean, we thought going into this after seeing the semifinals that hard work pays off. Was like, they're the ones that get everybody, like they got Katrin back. They got Hopper's going to go podium. I thought Quant was going to be stay back up there. He's not. Like it changes so fast. Chris Alford, I got a Roman shirt because he is himself, not Mayhem. Ken O'Connor, someone blocked spin. Yeah. Rich blocked me.
Yeah.
Rich blocked me 4 years ago. Back in 2019 when I was at the games.
Because he pointed out that CrossFit is Rich's homeboy or Rich's CrossFit's homeboy. And they flexed the rules for him. And he pointed that out.
On the zigzag sprint for teams, if you remember, that was where Brooke Wells stepped on the line, got penalized. I can't remember, like 10 seconds. And that 10 seconds,
you're out. Which like in that event, like the penalty was ridiculous. It wasn't 1 second. It was, you're last place now.
Yeah, and that basically kicked her out of the top 10. She
too.
And Vellner. And actually, if you think about it, I think Brooke ended up being like 12th or something like that. But with the woman that did get popped for PEDs, like Danielle ended up being 10th, Brooke ended up being 11th. But anyway, the teams had the same course. Rich stepped on the line. He posted in his stories. I shared it, said, how is this fair? Why is Rich not getting the penalty? He didn't take too kindly to it. Went a little bit back and forth in the comment section, and then he blocked me because he didn't like it. But my whole point was it wasn't consistent between individuals and teams. Even with a 10-second penalty, it would have not mattered to Mayhem. Maybe they got, instead of getting first, they got second in that event. Who cares? They were killing everybody at that point anyway. But he did not like it. So, going down to the top 20, Olivia Kerstetter, top 20 finish. Elisa Fuliano.
Yeah, I'm shocked Elisa Fuliano made it. I thought she was kind of dead in the rights because she didn't do great in the interval workout. And I didn't think she would do very good in the total. So props to her. Kelly Baker, freaking 31st to 21st, right?
Yeah. So close, too. So close.
I heard there's another woman that's potentially going to pull out. So she's going to eventually be top 10, right? Like just keep on moving on the train.
Yeah. Kelly, go grab a burger and another beer and check your phone at 11:30, and maybe you'll get another email from CrossFit last minute saying,
how about Shelby Neal? You believe in her now? You're like the most down person of Shelby Neal in the world.
Is she? I guess she wouldn't be the rookie of the year. It'd be Olivia, right?
Yeah, I mean, it'd be Olivia. Yeah, for sure.
There's nobody else. Yeah. No, Emma Tull's been there in 2019. When everybody was there.
That 2019 year.
I feel like Emma should just kind of get the rookie of the year just because of that. Like, I know you were there, but
Emma's been amazing. Emma Tull.
Yeah. $1.99 from Dennis O'Leary. Did Matt create Mal?
I go ahead. Do you want me to answer it?
I have the same answer as you, so go ahead.
So listen, Mal was 7th in her rookie year. Correct?
Yes.
When she was when she was 17 years old. I think Mal was a monster before she got to Matt. Now, I do think Matt made her better, a lot better. I did not think Mal was in the running to be like with the Lauras of the world. I thought she was kind of in that tier underneath, like where Barnhart typically is, where Alexis Raptis typically is. I know those two girls kind of went different ways, but there's a tier like Haley Adams, right? Like the 5 through 10 tier. I thought Mal was kind of always going to be that, and Matt did take her from that to second place, and convincing second place. Like everybody thought she's going to win the CrossFit Games when Tia leaves. And so I do think he made her a lot better, but she was already going to be a monster.
Yeah. She was strong already. James Townsend was doing, I would say, a pretty good job getting her to that point. I think Mal, whoever she had gone to, was probably going to be where she is. Like I don't know. I
do think Matt made her better. I'm not going to say she
but
did
even,
improve.
but would Matt have made her better than going to, say, Torres
or staying with James?
Or I think he. I don't know if James has that enough, but he could.
Better than Torres? You want to use Torres?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think she did as far as picking the right person. I mean, she was, I think other than Tia, she was the fittest woman in the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to beat that. But did that psychologically break her for the next year? I kind of, I don't think she would have gotten that if she was somewhere else.
If you watch the documentary, you might question, how did she get to that mindset of never taking a day off? Is it because she's sitting there training under Matt? And I know Matt tries to rein her in and stuff, but that's a crazy mindset to have. Jenny Pye from Family Films, such a soap opera in here today.
Yeah, we're getting in the feelings today. I did not. That was not
didn't
the
know we were
intention.
going that direction, right?
I promise. That's more of a Sevon podcast thing than a Brian Barbell thing.
You never know. You never know what's going to happen on a Saturday. It's been a long weekend already. Those who are not making it, Christine Kohlenbrander made a push. Sayer Kaya, Amanda Barnhart, Rebecca Vidison, Abigail Donut, Caroline Stanley, Sydney Wells, Bailey Rail, and Alexia Williams are done for the day. Women's leaderboard podium. Does Alexis or Gabby have any shot? Or Alex, I guess you could add into that list. Do they have any? I mean, I don't even think Annie can, but I mean,
go ahead.
How far down can we think that somebody would have a shot?
Can you scroll down a little bit?
Yep. I mean, you get to Annie 531.
Yeah. I think Alexis is the only one. I would if I didn't know tomorrow's event, I would say Gabby, but I think Emma's going to murder it. Ariel should murder it. I think Alexis will murder it. And then Laura's going to do fine. Laura's going to be fine. I don't. And Gabby's going to be fine, but it's not something she's going to make up ground. And Gabby, here's the thing about Gabby. Gabby is sneaky. Gabby's not a big home run hitter. She's a great runner. She can win running events. But other than that, she gets a lot of 7th places. She's very Panchik-esque. Gabby is. You don't really see her coming, and then she ends up 7th place.
I mean, she has 2 7ths, 2 5ths, and a 4th.
She's just good at getting those solid finishes and not having very many holes.
And finishing 5th or 6th. like pantry.
Yeah, and that's what happens. If you don't have holes, really, and you're typically pretty good at everything you try, but you're not a home run hitter, like fifth or you're fifth or sixth. But like here's the she's got a hard time making up ground on the women ahead of her because she's not a home run hitter, right? So Alexis Raptis is a home run hitter. I've seen her come out of nowhere to win that bar muscle up workout, or Helena. I did not foresee that coming. And if any handstand push-ups come up, Alexis Raptis is going to win. You need to put her in her thing because that's a free 100 points.
Yep.
So like I could see, Ariel would have to have a really bad event. Laura would have. I mean, if handstand push-ups comes up, then I'm going to go ahead and say Alexis Raptis is going to podium, which is crazy. Laura's been dominating, and then she ends up out of the podium.
Right.
But Alexis is the only one, I think.
And that's my wonder. I know that we've talked about in the chat too, like a lot of pulling already, but are we going to see pushing with one more handstand type element, right? Like
potential for bench press.
Bench press?
Yeah, we've never seen it before.
No.
That's a barbell in a unique way.
Barbell? Yeah, you do barbell. It'd be good for Gabby. She did well on that. Alex would do well. But I don't think any of these women right here fall off. That's the problem.
No, I don't either.
In that type of thing. Unless it's a strict handstand and especially a deficit.
Laura's the only person that could drop out. And she's also the only person who can win, which is hilarious.
Yeah. I could just see, like, you've got the muscle up piece of it. You're now pushing a bag over that. You're taxing the shoulders. Then Boz says, all right, let's go do some strict handstand. Like, I've crushed your legs all day Saturday. Now it's time for your shoulders. Right. And so how do you crush your shoulders? You go through some pegboards and handstand push-ups. And that would stop Laura in her tracks.
I kind of hope there's not handstand push-ups though, because I want the event after the muscle up event to be something Laura absolutely obliterates and Emma gets 8th. Because
now it's a 5-10 point difference.
Yeah. Well, no, it'll still be more than that because Emma's about to get a lot. I think Emma's about to add to her lead.
Fair.
Like that's coming. But if that is the case, if Emma gets like 8th or something and Laura gets first, obliterates whatever event is in there, then it'll be like a 30-point lead.
Yeah.
Right? Just enough to where like Emma would have to mess up. But if she does, like Laura can win. Like, you know what I mean? It just kind of throws out the last event means something. She would have to execute the last event to win the CrossFit Games, and Laura would have to, come out swinging and hoping that Emma doesn't execute. That makes it fun. That's how the men's was this last year, or the previous 2 years.
What has Emma done poorly the last 2 years?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Like she'd have to have a hole that I do not know about.
She got 25th in shuttle to overhead A, the run piece, 19th on the shuttle
clean and jerks
on the B.
Run piece. And she's a good runner. But she got
19th on shuttle to overhead B, 21st in Elizabeth elevated.
So P bars.
And
that could come out.
Let's see. No, that's Laura. I'm looking at Laura. Emma did 9th. Sorry, that was Laura. Emma got 9th in shuttle overhead A, 4th in shuttle overhead B.
All right,
16th in Elizabeth elevated. 15th in rinse and repeat. There's no swimming. The sandbag ladder, Emma got 33rd.
We've had a lot of sandbags already. It doesn't matter.
And she's done fine. 21st in back 9 and 14th in Jackie Pro.
So she's not bad at anything, man. Like,
no. That's the thing. Like, and that's with a field of 30. So you get to a field of 20, she's probably not as bad in that. If she comes out hot and takes that lead from 40 to 60 to 70, That's tough.
So I think it's over. I think she's gonna win.
Yeah, 100%.
Which is insane. Great job, Emma Lawson. That's awesome. You're on mute, Brian.
Yeah, heading over to the men's side real quick before we wrap this up. Again, I think we're back to Pat, Jeff, and Roman, or is our 3 picks. Is there anything that would just obliterate any of them? I mean, we know Roman's not going to do well on muscle ups, but is there anything else?
Pat has the potential to bomb anything right now. So,
we've seen that.
Listen, he's so hard to cheer for, man. Because he does things like the intervals. He'll do something like that where nobody's in his league, and he's like, "I'm the fittest man in the world." Like the performances like that,
right?
Are stick out. Where like he walks in the room, he's different, right? In the same event, the guy who's winning for the fittest man in the world blew the freak up in an event that we thought he would do great at.
Yeah.
But then he'll go and get a no rep on the worst thing possible and just screw the whole weekend up.
Yeah. 35 ring muscle ups aren't going to obliterate Roman.
You're absolutely right, Arcania. You're absolutely right. He's gonna be able to do those 35 ring muscle ups, not at the pace that Vellner and Adler will do those ring muscle ups. So I don't think it's going to hurt Roman badly, but I think it'll be enough where Adler is ahead of him, and that's it. The 1 and 2 is really a race for just Adler and Roman. We keep talking about Vellner. I don't think Vellner can get there, even if he wins the event tomorrow. It's too big of a jump. But Adler, I think, is going to be ahead of Roman after that event, and then it's just going to be 2 events, probably CrossFit events. I lean towards Roman if it's CrossFit events. I think I just think he's better at the CrossFit events than Adler is. But they're really close.
I don't know. I mean, Adler's always been good at semifinals, which is the CrossFit based events. He did better at semifinals. I don't think they're that different. I mean, maybe you find something that Roman can do better if it's a heavy yoke or something like that. But I think Adler is right behind
Adler in a heavy yoke. But
Roman finished second. I think Adler finished third last year in that.
And what? The back 9?
Back 9.
Adler was first.
Did Adler win? No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He beat everybody.
Then I take that back.
Justin beat Roman.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
No, I don't. It'll be close. It'll be a fun race. I just think Adler will be ahead by like 5 or 10 points, and then it's just a race in those last 2 events. And I have no idea who to call for it. I'm happy for both of those guys. Yeah, I'd be happy for both of them.
Nicholas Oymet, Adler is better this year. Stop looking at performances from last year and beyond. For holes, he's clearly improved. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, absolutely. But that's
what are
still
we looking at? What are we looking at last year? What did we say?
Just talking about. We've just talked about in the past, like back 9 or Roman, or I mean anything. Like if Adler was not great at something last year, it was gymnastics. We've already seen he's improved. We know he's improved. It's just how much can he improve?
Where Adler could get screwed is if they bring out something that we've never seen before.
Yeah.
Because he typically is not the best at adapting. If we've seen it, he's awesome. But like he's not the best at, okay, I've never done this before, I have to figure it out. He's time after time, he's not done well in those type of things. And Roman's been fine.
Yeah. If it's just barbell movements or CrossFit movements that just a different way, Adler's totally fine. If he throws in some random weird way of doing something, all bets are off. Before we get into the schedule, no events listed outside of North Park or the Coliseum tomorrow. So unless there's a surprise, no swim. Yeah, they've not given any swimsuits out. We kind of expected that from when they checked in on Monday, there were some rumors that maybe tomorrow morning was going to be a surprise swim, hand out swimsuits tonight or something like that. But now that we have the workout announced, no. And I don't think there'd be enough time to do some type of, run from the Coliseum out to swim and back in less than 40 minutes. So looking at the schedule tomorrow, it starts off with teams at 9. We'll have a show in the morning before that. And then individuals take the floor in North Park for the rings and the ring muscle ups and the sandbag over the wall. 10:40, 10:50 to 11:30 for the women. And then they go right back an hour later to their second event that we do not know. Teams take the floor, and then one final workout that's short, 325 to 445 for both the men and the women. So it's gonna be a fast workout at the end, something pretty sprinty. So John, good show. Any last words before we call it?
I'm just excited for tomorrow. I think
Whoops, sorry about that.
You're good. I think it's fun little races with inside the podium on both sides, and we thought we would see this, and I'm happy that we are seeing it. I'm a little bit sad for Laura, because I've been confident about her this whole time, and man, Emma Lawson has done what she needed to do. I'm really happy for her, and we'll see what tomorrow brings. I just hope the last 2 workouts are cool workouts and we see good races. That's it.
Yeah. Just to answer, here it is. Renata. Not sure why it's not popping up. Did Torian withdraw? Yes, Torian did withdraw. Brandon Swan had an elbow injury that happened a few weeks ago, and so he was struggling on that, and so I believe they ended up withdrawing. So Brandon Swan, another injury on that side of things. So all right, guys, we'll be back tomorrow morning before the teams take the floor for their 30-minute workout there, and then we'll do the event recaps. And about 24 hours from now, we'll be doing the games recap, and we will probably crown Emma and Jeff. Is that what you're calling?
The men's is wide open. Okay, Roman and Jeff they're wide open. I don't. It's not near as much of a. Emma's got a 50-point lead. Okay, Roman's ahead by 10 points. They're so different.
Well, find out tomorrow. I'll hold John to it. He has to make a pick. I'll let him think about it for 12 hours. Tomorrow morning, John will pick between.
If I know the events, I'll make a pick.
We're not going to know the events before then.
I need to know the events. I'm not going to make a pick based on empty events.
They're going to finish that event in the North Park, walk them out to the Coliseum, and Adrian's going to show them what's going up an hour beforehand. So
and then I'll make my picks.
Oh man, come on! I
can't make a pick on invisible events. That's ridiculous.
Jack Mosley, 1999. Yeah, bye-bye.